What makes people move from stargazing to actually making a purchase? This was an excellent question posed to me by one of my LinkedIn contacts, Jean Aquilini. And it's really a perennial question. It's something that I think almost all business owners come across at one point or another, which is you're reaching out, you're spending all this money on marketing, you're reaching out, you're attracting all these people to come and take a look at your product or look at your service. And what you find is that there's a lot of people who are just browsing, and not that many of them convert to become buyers. And it becomes a little bit frustrating because what you really want to do is you want to be engaging with people who actually are actively seeking your service and who will benefit from it. So really the short answer to Jean's question is people will only buy when they have identified a problem. They know that it needs to be solved and they believe that your product can help them to solve it. But not only that, but they need the solution to their problem right now. If you don't have those factors in place, people are not going to be in a position to buy. They're not going to feel compelled to act because your offering is simply not relevant to their life. So the real question is, how can you make your offering relevant to somebody? And that's where it starts to get exciting because that's where you can actually do something. The first thing that you need to do is you need to know your customer. Who would use your type of product or service? What kind of things do they like to do? What are the major or consistent irritants, problems, situations, challenges that they have to deal with that your offering could help them to solve? Now, if you have an existing customer base, then you already have something to work from. You already have a number of people that you can look at and you can see what do they have in common, and you probably already have a good idea of the kind of person that needs and enjoys your particular product or service. If you're just starting out, however, you're going to have to really dig deep and build a picture in your mind of the kind of person that would buy your offering. Now, I'll cover that in more detail in further articles, but what I want you to do is just have that in your mind. Really start to think about who is going to be using your service. What kind of person are they? How old are they? Where do they live? What kind of education have they had? What kind of pastimes or hobbies do they like? Really start to paint a very vivid picture in your mind of who that person is. So that will help you when you are in terms of communicating with them. The second thing is to get the customer to know you. People aren't going to buy from you if they don't know that you exist. You need to be seen, you need to be out there, they need to come across your name. Once they know you, they then have to start to like and trust you. And that comes through sharing of information. The more you share with them, the more they get to know who you are and where you're coming from. So the ways that you can do that, you can share blogs, you can share articles, you can even share reviews of products and services that are related to what you do, or even better, you can share all of this in the form of video. Video is incredible because people then start to get a sense really of who you are and get a sense of how comfortable they would be working with you. And then of course, once you finish talking about yourself, that's all great, that's all wonderful, but people always take that with a grain of salt. So what you really need to do is get other people to talk about you. And that comes in the form of reviews and testimonials. If you get past customers coming back talking about how happy they were working with you and how your particular product, service, whatever your offering is, changed their life for the better, that is going to make other people feel more comfortable making the leap and saying, yes, I can trust this person, I can move ahead, I can give them my hard-earned money because I know I'm going to get something of value in return. And speaking of value, that brings me to the third point, which is educate, educate, educate. You have to educate your customer. Now, that covers a whole gamut of things, but first what you do is you need to educate them about their pain, their problem, their issue, because quite often people don't even know that they have a problem until you explain it to them. Then maybe they know that they have a problem, but they feel that there's no way that they can help to fix it. That's where you come in. Obviously, your offering has to be something of value that will help them to solve this problem. So you educate them about your offering and how that can help to make their lives better. Wherever they are in the process, your role is to educate the client about the problem, educate them about how to fix it, and educate them about how your particular offering is going to help them to solve it. Now, once you've done that, once you've gotten to know your customer, you know who you're working with, you know who your audience is, and they've gotten to know you, they've gotten to like you, they've gotten to trust you, and you've educated them so they understand what the problem is, they have hope that there's a solution, they actually know that they can fix it, and they understand that your offering is part of that solution. The final step is making sure that you highlight urgency. Because if they have a low-grade problem, and okay, it's not ideal, but it's not going to be the end of the world if it's not solved, they're not going to take action. They need to know that this has to be solved right now. Once they get that sense of urgency and they have all the other steps covered to help back up their decision, that is when they're going to be ready to buy. Now, it's at this fourth step that a lot of people start thinking, oh my goodness, okay, you're being really salesy, you're being really pushy, this is what, switches me off, I hate dealing with pushy salespeople, and, that's fine. But what I would do is I would actually counter it with, how much do you believe in your product or service? If you believe in it, if you believe that it genuinely helps people, it helps to create better lives. Whatever it is, it could be helping somebody to de-stress by going fly fishing like Jean. It could be helping somebody to buy a boat, helping somebody to build a model, helping somebody to design and build a house. Whatever you're doing, if you believe that this is something that is valuable, that is actually going to help somebody, then it is up to you to convince people to use it. It's your responsibility to share it with as many people as possible, as quickly as possible, to make their lives better. And better lives don't come from just sitting around, they come from taking action. So it's your role to help people take action. Once you've taken your audience through those 4 steps, getting to know them getting to know you, educating them, and also understanding urgency, they will be much more likely to move forward, improving both their lives and yours. I hope you enjoyed this short video. There's more information included in the article below. Take a look, and if you find it useful, please feel free to share it with your friends. If you have a question, let me know. Send me an email, drop a comment in the box below, and keep an eye out for next week's post, where I cover a question from one of my other LinkedIn contacts, which is, what is the preferred method of introducing a brand? And building awareness of it in the mind of someone who has never heard of me before. Looking forward to seeing you soon. Take care.